There is a deep human need to be in harmony with the rhythms of nature, to shed the confusing layers of daily life, and to know the natural simplicity of existence. For us, those brilliant moments come when we slip quietly into a river and cast a fly to rising fish. In a lifetime of fishing, we have shared rivers with so many interesting women. Join us for some of these stories as we bring you Women in the Stream. We are in Montana on the beautiful Madison River. Deb is in the stream with Jean McCart, and we're in some of Jean's favorite water. As you can see, Jean is wearing her red hat. We anglers are very superstitious, and we wear lucky items of clothing or we use lucky gear. For Jean, that red hat not only brings her luck, but it also marks her spot on the stream. She's only 5 foot tall, and sometimes it's hard to see her on the river. Jean came to western Montana in 1985 for a 2-week vacation, and now she stays all summer. Oh, by the way, don't be surprised. Jean is 81 years old.
There we go. You know, I think what we probably should do is just give this water some rest, so why don't we just take a rest and set up here on a rock for a minute? Well, I'll buy that.
Oh, boy. Hot day.
I'll even give you the best rock.
Thank you.
I like that big caddis, those big brown caddis out there. It's one of those days we might have to keep trying a lot of different flies.
Everything in the box.
Well, Madison can be stingy some morning with her trout, can't
This
she?
is the morning.
This is
A lot of
definitely
bugs,
morning.
beautiful morning, but gosh, I threw everything but my box at those fish.
We've been going through her box, and I think after lunch maybe we'll fish some of these stimulators.
Yeah.
So Jean, tell us, now that we'll just take a little break here, why don't you just tell us how you started fishing?
Well, I started in Minden, Nevada, of all places, fishing the Carson River.
Why did you pick Minden, Nevada?
Well, I was getting 35 hours flight time in order to qualify me for getting into the WASP program. That's Women Air Force Service Pilots.
So Jean, you were in the WASP program?
Yes, I was.
How long ago was that?
Well, it was from 1943 until the end of 1944.
No kidding.
Actually, see, I had time to spend because we mostly flew in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And so I went to the local little hardware store, and for $3, I bought a bamboo fly rod.
Jean, do you still have that fly rod?
I certainly do. It's on the wall up at the house.
Oh, I think we should go back and take a look at that.
Yeah, let's do. And I've got some other things I can show you, too, that have to do with the WASP program.
Great. Jean, this is sure a beautiful setting you have here.
Isn't it gorgeous? I just love it here.
Yeah, it's great.
Love it.
Listen, could you tell us more about the program? What was the WASPs?
Oh, sure. First of all, WASP is an acronym for Women Air Force Service Pilots. We started out in training with, in primary, we used Stearman biplanes, and then they tried something new on us women, and that was to eliminate intermediate and go directly to advanced flight training. And for the advanced portion of it, they used AT-6s, and those had a big Pratt Whitney engine, retractable landing gear, flaps, the whole thing. They were considered at that time, of course, a pretty fast airplane. In the overall, our total program was the same as the male aviation cadets, and it lasted the same length of time, too.
What did you do in the WASP?
I personally was ferrying B-24s. The factory was at Willow Run. I started out, of course, as a co-pilot, and they'd have a pilot and co-pilot with me, and an engineer, usually an enlisted man's.
And when did you get to become a pilot from a co-pilot to the pilot?
I checked out as first pilot right towards the end of my time.
How did the experience of the WASP program impact your life, Jean?
Well, in many ways. Of course, I made friendships during that period of time that have remained friends all these years. You know, that's 60 years ago.
Yeah.
And we make it a point we get together every other year. We have a biennial reunion. I think primarily it gave us all such a feeling of confidence that if we put our minds to it, we could do anything we wanted to.
Yeah.
Because in those days, you know, women didn't do things like this. Women didn't fly airplanes. Very few women, of course, like Ruth Elder and Amelia Earhart and some of those other women flew, but goodness, there might have been a handful of those women. But say 25,000 women applied for this program.
Oh my goodness.
And they, let's see, 1,800 and some odd were accepted, and 1,247, I believe, graduated. So it was a very close-knit bunch of women that were very loyal to each other, and you know, that's remained with all of us, actually.
So could you tell us what you did after the program?
Well, I went into teaching flying. I really enjoyed teaching at first. I taught down in Southern California at the old Gardena Valley Airport. They wanted somebody to teach aerobatics. They had a lot of younger fellows that were students, and so those fellows all thought this was the greatest, to be taught aerobatics by a woman. My specialty was a double snap roll.
And how was that look?
Well, that's going around twice.
Oh.
And half the time, you go around once, see, you're upside down. You go around once, and you come around, and I had most of the time an awful time getting fully around on that second go round, and then what would happen, you do what's called a split S out, and so you're on your back, and then you dive and come out that way.
I know you tie your own flies. Could you give us a demo of one of your favorites?
Sure, I'd be glad to.
Which one is your favorite?
Oh, I have a couple of favorites, and I think gold-ribbed hare's ear is one. Of course, the good old elk hair caddis is another.
Will you show us how to tie one of them?
Sure.
Perfect.
Whoa.
What's that?
Jean, is this your old rod?
That's my old rod.
Oh my gosh, look at that. That's
Yep.
Bakelite there for the real
That's
seat.
right.
Perfect, huh?
It's great that
That's
you
an
kept it all that
antique,
time.
An antique.
How about we tie one of those flies?
Let's go.
Okay.
Jean's tying an elk hair caddis here. And it's one of my favorite flies. On the Madison, we have a magnificent caddis hatch in the evenings. And I tell you, if I had one fly to put in my vest, it would be an elk hair caddis. You do a great job on that.
It's not done yet.
Well, so far I'm impressed.
These hands, which once held huge bombers aloft, now at 81, can still spin tiny feathers to create an authentic imitation of a natural insect.
Jean, that's a beautiful fly. You know what? I think we better go fishing.
I think you're right.
That's great. You know, as warm as it's been today, I bet we're going to have a great hatch tonight.
There it is.
Perfect. So, Jean, why is this your favorite stretch of river?
I don't know, there's all different kinds of water here. You know, riffles and pockets and you name it.
Yeah, the bigger water.
Yeah. And to me, it represents the Madison River.
Right.
This stretch in here with everything going for it.
Yeah, this is definitely the trophy section through here. Now if we could just get one of those pesky critters on the line, eh?
Yeah, let's work that fly one time through here and then
Yeah,
maybe
let's
we'll
move
up.
on, yeah. Move up to the
Next hole.
pool, yeah. This is inviting, but
I think it's going to be a little easier wading down there as well, so
not productive.
the boulders are smaller. That was a nice float, Jean. Very nice. You have one? Oh, good job, Jean. Get on. Good job. Hang on, hang on. I'm coming.
Come on, baby, hang on there.
Hang on there now. No pressure here. Good job. Oh, it's a nice one. Oh. Can you bring the tip this way and bring her head this way?
This way?
Yeah, so she stays out of that big water. There you go. Yeah, just keep bringing her this way. Good job.
Oh, easy, easy.
Easy now. Okay, if you bring it over, oh, it's going to run again. There you go.
There
Good
he goes.
job.
Pesky little fella.
Nice fish. Whoa. Sees me, he's going to take off.
That's a beautiful brown,
Oh,
Deb.
it's
Gee
beautiful. It's
whiz.
got to be,
Isn't it
what,
gorgeous?
18 inches?
Well, I'd say
Maybe
so.
16, 18?
Yeah,
Good job.
gorgeous.
Well, it can get bigger by the time we get to camp.
Well, it'll be 24 inches when we get down there.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Oh, yeah. Come on, bring her
Oh,
over
a
here,
nice
Jean.
one. Yeah, come on, Brownie.
Here we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yay!
There we go. That's a nice brown right there. Look at
Oh,
that.
isn't he gorgeous?
Good job.
Well, he made a snap for it and missed.
Yeah, he did. Good job.
Isn't that gorgeous?
All right.
Now let him go carefully.
There you go.
Beautiful Madison River brown.
There you go, big guy. Thank you. Good job.
Wouldn't you know it? You waited for the biggest brown you could find. That's
You
just
got
like
that
a wasp
right.
pilot,
You
I
got
think.
It was a beauty. Did you see it?
Oh, that was a
gorgeous
gorgeous
fish.
fish.
Yeah.
High
Yeah.
meat 5, girlfriend.
Oh, you got it.
Good job.
All right. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was well worth it.
What were you using?
Well, I was using a fly that I tie myself. It's kind of my own invention. It's supposed to be a cased caddis nymph with a bead head, which is a kind of a
Oh my goodness.
crazy thing.
You have a name for it? Is that like
No,
the
I don't.
Wasp B52 or something?
I don't name them. I don't name any of my inventions. They go in name because I change them all the time. And I never really tie the same thing exactly the same twice. So
Well,
there you go.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, Jean, that was a nice brown.
Nice fish.
Yep,
Nice
we
fish.
played it nicely. Beautifully
Beautiful
done.
river.
Yep. Good job.
Some fishing days are not defined by the catch. A single strong brown trout can turn a slow morning into a memory to brag about. In a Montana summer day, there are a few more hours of daylight, a few more casts to make, and always the promise of a dancing trout.
Jean, what type of rod do you use here on the Madison?
Well, this is an 8.5 foot 5 weight, and I use a shooting taper, and sometimes mostly a 9 foot leader, and just a real plain, simple reel, nothing fancy.
Well, great.
How many rods do you have?
Well, I have 4 fly rods and about a dozen spinning rods,
For
because I
the-
fish the lake.
Ah, absolutely.
That's right.
Jean, what brings you back to the Madison year after year?
Well, I've always had a fascination for rivers, and particularly this one, because it's so beautiful. and it just calls me back every year.
What evokes your passion about fly fishing?
It's being outdoors and hearing the river. They talk to you, you know. And it's just those things that keep me going in fly fishing. Yeah, I hope to do it until I'm 95.
Well, I hope I'm fishing with you when you are 95.
Well, you'll be a lot younger than I am, that's for sure.
Jean, we've had a great day fishing with you and sharing your stories on the porch. It was just wonderful. How about if we go catch a couple more fish before dark?
Sounds good to me. I'll go right down there.
And Sally and I will go down river.
Every season on the river brings new lessons and knowledge. Equally enriching is what we learn about ourselves and each other. Deb and I have been so fortunate. We've met heroic women of all ages who fly fish, and we've made lifetime friendships. They all have incredible stories how fly fishing has enriched their lives in remarkable ways. But no matter what their experience has been,